I genuinely don't think I'm meant to be an employee because yes, hello, I'm the idiot that quit her almost 90K job in North Carolina, was able to afford a luxury apartment all by herself, lived by myself, and then quit said job, moved to New York, and is now working minimum wage at a coffee shop for $16.50 an hour. Why did I do that, you ask? Who knows? Actually, I know. I was miserable and burnt out, and being an auditor was just not for me, and I needed to get back to New York. Am I happier in New York? Yes. Am I poorer in New York? Also, yes. Such is life. So it's been 3 shifts so far at my new job. I thought I'd be a barista. I'm a glorified sandwich maker. No, I'm literally a sandwich maker. It's like a bagel shop, and I'm making sandwiches all day. Here's the thing. I've worked in the service industry ever since I could have a job. The only time I haven't worked in the service industry, specifically with food, was my first job as an intern at a law firm in New York City, and the past 2.5 years when I was in corporate doing auditing. First, I was an IT auditor at a Big 4 accounting firm. Then I was an internal auditor at a small bank. Working at the coffee shop feels better than corporate just because feels like what I do actually and I can talk to people. However, I forgot how irritating it is to my soul, and maybe it just became irritating to my soul, but the thought of telling someone or even asking or telling another adult, hey, can I use the bathroom? I gotta go to the bathroom. And it's nobody's fault. I'm not mad at an individual person. They didn't make up, it's busy, it's a place, we need to let each other know if we're leaving. However, as a grown adult, having to share that with other grown adults doesn't feel good in my soul. I'm not meant to be an employee. I genuinely don't think I'm meant to be an employee because having to tell other adults, having to ask permission to take time off, having to tell them that I'm gonna go pee, it doesn't sit right with my soul. Now, what is the game plan for Miss $16.50 an hour? This job should be enough to cover all my bills. How do I know that? Because I budget and tracked it. I have the tracker in my linked in my bio, so I know what my bills are, and they should be in and around anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 a month, depending on how frivolous I am with my spending. I need to get rich by yesterday though, because I don't like not having money. I was making about $4,200 a month. The plan is to replace that salary, at least make $5,000 a month through social media. By when? By June. By the time my lease is up. I'm re-signing, but by the time my lease is up in June. Do I think I made the wrong decision? No, I don't. Do I regret making the decision? No, I don't. Do I like making this amount of money? No, I don't. Do I like the job? I like it more than auditing. I wish I was making coffee. I'm applying to other jobs still, and I am going to contact bars because I actually really just want to be a bartender. I want to just talk to drunk people and give them little drinky drinks and make little tips. I think. I don't know. I don't like being 24, but I hated being 23. I know that this is the right path. I feel good in my choices. I don't enjoy working per se, but I'll do it. And I wish, when I make it, not if, when I make it, I wish somebody would say that I didn't deserve it, nor that I didn't work for this. I'm over here throwing out garbage again. I'm out here throwing out garbage, making sandwiches for people. When I make it though, it's gonna feel so good. But right now, I need a nap. Anyways, I'm Brownie, your professional older sister. I'm making all of the mistakes so that hopefully you don't have to. Follow along to see me succeed, because I will. But shit is hard.
Today's Monday. I have no work today because I quit my corporate job without anything lined up. I just feel so good about my decision. My past job was very demanding and it led me to burnout. And now that I don't have this job, I can think more clearly. I'm not anxious. Yesterday was Sunday. I didn't feel anxious at all. I just felt completely relaxed. I have never felt this way because I've worked my whole life. So it's definitely something to get used to. One thing that I have noticed, I have no income coming in right now, but feels so abundant in my life. Now that I have the space to think, I just feel so grateful for everything in my life. I really feel it deep down, from the smallest things, such as clean water to drink, having socks without holes in them, having multivitamins to take in the morning, feels so free and at peace.
I quit my corporate job last week, and let me tell you why. And no, I didn't put it 2 weeks in. I quit on a random Wednesday night on the fly, and I feel great about it. It was probably one of the best decisions I could have made. I started that job last September, and I honestly lost myself up until now. I found myself not being attentive in my relationships. I found myself not being present in moments that I needed to be present in. I started saying no a lot more to going out and hanging out with friends. I stopped posting content as much as I regularly did, and this is something that I really do love. I really just lost track of who I was, and I did not like that. I just did it because it was something that I had to do. It was something that I felt was right in that moment. Look, I'm not saying everybody go out there and quit y'all's jobs, but I will say that you have to look at your life constantly. You have to decide if something is not working for you and if you need to cut it. If you are truly unhappy with what you do in life, I promise you, there is something out there that's gonna make you happy and make you money.
I quit my corporate job halfway through 2025, so I'm going to share with you guys some things that I've learned along the way. Firstly, if something does not feel right, it's probably because it's not. If I enjoy the office a little bit more, if I dress cuter, if I have a better routine, if I enjoy the coffee that I drink, I genuinely would come up with the most random things to better my experience. Never gonna be 100% ready. I made a list of everything I felt was necessary to have in place before leaving, and when the date that I had set, which was either 4 to 6 weeks out, I knew for a really long time the exact day I was gonna leave. I ended up putting it off for a week because I was just sick to my stomach. Time is your biggest asset, and if you figure out how to work smarter, not harder, you're gonna clear up your time to do so many more things. Even just as little as having more time to sleep and more time to work out, that alone has bettered my career because I am healthier. Connections you will make outside of your corporate job are significantly better than the ones you will make inside. Before I started working for myself, I never really understood the true meaning of networking, and people at my company were not going to open any doors for me. I hated going to company networking events, company dinners. Always need to have a little bit more of a filter on, and you're not going to really have the true, genuine conversations that you would have when meeting someone out in the real world. Once you have a strong, true network, you can go the rest of your life without ever having to apply to anything. The best opportunities are going to come to you, not you going to them. I truly don't think climbing the corporate ladder equates to opportunities, nor does your resume. My technical corporate band level was specialist. It took me so long to be rewarded with the title specialist. Meanwhile, I'm still getting really amazing corporate opportunities in my LinkedIn inbox. Recruiters really do not care. Figure out what you're gaining from your current situation. Are there opportunities for you to learn new skills, or are you simply there just to pay your bills? Which leads me to my last point, which is security is an illusion. I, like most people, were thinking that if I left my corporate job that I was not going to have any job security, get laid off at any point in time. So figure out what is the security that you want. Well, paycheck. Is it because you like having someone that manages your 401k or someone that gives you your healthcare directly? Because all of those things can be done with freelancing. They're just self-managed. Lastly, you're always going to wish that you did it sooner.
I just got laid off at 3 p.m. on a Thursday. And I have no idea what to do right now. I don't know how to react. I think I've called every single person in my contact list. Yeah. My company's essentially been going through a transitional period because we went through some pretty tragic loss, and they didn't need me anymore. And that's fine, but like, what do I do right now? Like, what do I do right now? What do I do right now? Oh my God, I'm like sweating. Like, I've been sweating for an hour. Holy shit. Yeah, so here's my application to be your unemployed friend for the next little bit. I don't know how long this is gonna last. I'm scared shitless. But I also know that it's all gonna work out. So I'm kind of just like here right now. Yeah. Y'all are about to get real sick of me because I'm about to be posting a lot.
I gotta be honest, I quit my corporate job that made me like $200,000 a year. And all I can think about is working like back of house at a restaurant. Like, I truly think that like that's the only thing that will make me happy. Like, the thought of going back into corporate America, like in any capacity, just doesn't make me happy. Like, I'm not like the joy that it would be to like work on the grill, you know, serve up orders, quick, fast communication with customers. Like, that's like what I want to do.
This is for all the corporate people, anyone that works in the corporate. I want you to know my thoughts are with you. And I go through what you go through every day. And I realize that shit's killing me. It's slowly killing me. I don't appreciate the lack of give and take. It's always do this for me, do this for me, do this for me, do this for me. But then when it's time to talk about compensation increases or, you know, incentive bonuses or anything, it's like, oh, what do you mean? Oh, you know, and it's really offensive and hurtful. And so I know a lot of you understand what I've been going through, but I am proud to say that I just put in my notice at my corporate job because I landed my dream job. And so I'm super excited. I'm not in a depressive state anymore. I don't feel bogged down. I feel a sense of freedom. And so I just want to say that to anybody that has a corporate job and it's like just not themselves anymore because they're so drained, leave. Like literally leave, trust me. I've been applying at places since April and nothing really was ticking all my boxes, but I found one that finally did and they hired me on the spot. And so I'm so beyond grateful, but I also keep seeing a lot of corporate people posting how they're just like so miserable. And I just want to tell everyone, if you're not being treated well and you're overworked, underpaid, and you've expressed this and it's fallen on deaf ears, they're not the company for you. So I just wasted a year and a half of my life, but I did gain a lot of knowledge. I met a lot of great people, but it's time for a new chapter. I'm so excited. Oh, but anyway, just wanted to share that. So there's a way out. There is a light at the end of the tunnel.
I'm Isabella and I just quit my corporate job at the age of 23. So I'm going to tell you how I got here, and I don't plan on going back to corporate. I don't have another job in place. So starting at the beginning, I graduated college with an MIS degree. I originally started college in biology. I really liked environmental science, etc. But I did a 360 in college because I freaked out and I was like, I'm not going to make any money with this degree unless I get my PhD, which I wasn't going to do. So I freaked out and I just switched to MIS. I did all the corporate internships. I got a job. I got another corporate job, which is the one I just quit. I realized that I hated corporate very quickly. It did not align with my goals in life, my personality. It was just so soul-sucking. Everything about it, I hated it. I realized I needed to do something else. And at some point, I just realized I do not care about the money. I do not care about the money. I'd rather be happy. So I'm putting behind me a very good salary, okay? So in the summer of 2025, I started a microbakery. I wasn't really sure where it was going to end up, but I knew I needed to do something, like just something to remind me of who I am while working 40 hours a week in this soul-sucking system. My microbakery ends up doing really good. I'm like growing each week. It's been such an amazing experience. All of my customers are so supportive. My community just reacts very well to my microbakery. I start baking more and more each week. I make investments in an oven, etc. while I'm still working so I can use my salary to help me out. And then I realized that this is what I want to do. I just want to be a baker full time and put all of my energy into my small business. So about like 4 months ago, I want to say in like August or maybe September, I don't know. I started planning out every single one of my paychecks, every single one down to the penny. I was like, okay, this date I'm getting this check, this amount is going to my student loans, this amount is going to whatever. And for a few months, I couldn't really spend money. I was staying home, working on my small business. I was not going out shopping, nothing. I paid off all my student loans. I paid off my car. I have zero debt. So I was like, you know what? Now is the time. I'm just going to put my 2 weeks into my current job. I'm not going to another corporate job. I'm putting it all in on my business. If I need to, I will pick up another job like 1 to 2 days a week somewhere else, not corporate. But when else is the time? I'm only 23. I don't have kids. I don't have debt. Like, now is the time. And if I need to, if it fails, guess what? I will get a job. And I am taking a significant pay cut
but I'm okay with it. I'm confident in myself that I'll be able to handle it. Honestly, at this point, I know I'm only 23 years old, but I'd much rather have a fulfilling life than sitting at a desk for the next 40 years of my life. So I will take that pay cut.
I just quit my corporate job last week and I don't have another job lined up, and it's one of the worst hiring markets since the pandemic, and I want to talk about it. Like I know so many people have felt over the past year, I found myself getting incredibly disillusioned with the politics and the bureaucracy and this pressure to do more with less after layoffs and reduction in resources. And I found that with all this pressure, I was moving farther and farther away from the work that I actually enjoyed about this job in the first place. At the same time, I've spent the last year working nights and weekends, doing the 5 to 9 after the 9 to 5, building a creator business. And when I was at the beginning of my career and my first job out of college, I got this piece of advice from my dad. He said that it's not wise to quit your job when you feel like you're running away from something. It's only wise to quit when you feel like you have something else to run towards. And I've always understood that to mean like a better job, a more senior title, a bigger paycheck. And some weird stars started aligning at the end of last year where my boyfriend got laid off from his job. And then the literal day after, my manager got laid off and I got promoted, which was a goal I'd been going after in this job for years. And my boyfriend and I started talking about this goal that we've had for ourselves for a long time, where we could both be unemployed and do some long-term international traveling. And I was really anxious for a while to make that decision because I really felt like in order to quit my job, I needed to have something else and something better lined up. And then I went back to that advice from my dad, this idea of having something else to run towards. And I thought about the fact that like this international travel goal has been something I've wanted to do since I was literally in college. Like this is a goal I've had so much longer than I've had any of my single career goals. And in building this creator business, I've also really like ignited this passion in myself of doing content creation and helping other people discover their career paths and advocate for themselves and negotiate just for better jobs and more salary and better circumstances. And I've also always wanted to pursue entrepreneurial work and work for myself in some capacity. And suddenly this opportunity exists where I can like bet on myself to see if any of this is stuff I actually want to do. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, like this is fucking terrifying. I am terrified that I'm going to go travel for several months and come back in the fall and end up as a number on a job application in this horrendous job market, and that people are going to look at all of these career pivots on my resume and make a judgment about me that I'm somebody that doesn't know what they want to do. Because when you are reduced to a series of bullets on a resume, it becomes so easy to lose the power of telling your holistic and powerful story. But I know that I'm more than a few bullets. I am a full background. I am a wide range of experience that has taught me a lot more than any one single career path could. I'm creative. I'm hungry. I'm motivated. I am good at fucking figuring shit out, which really isn't that all what we're trying to do anyways. And I still care very deeply about careers, and I care about helping you guys go after what you want. And I want to hear from you today. I want to hear from you every day. Like, what are you struggling with? What feels irrationally hard? What is exciting in your career? What would you want to be different if you could have it your way? Because, you know, I'm diving in. I'm going to focus on this, and I want to help you get hired in whatever way that looks for you.
So everyone was laid off at my company yesterday. I have the worst luck with jobs. It's not even funny. No one saw it coming. There were no signs. Really weird. My boss wasn't even the one that told me. It was like her partner that told me. A little sketch, I'm not gonna lie, but praying for my last paycheck. I haven't had a normal day in my life in a hot minute. What's today gonna bring? I don't know. So come along with me. I debated on going to a new Pilates class, but then I realized I shouldn't pay $20 if I just lost my job.
Hi, I have a mobile order for Stephanie, but I do have money to go get a coffee. Delicious.
And a walk along the river. It's free. I also haven't been to Target in like a week or two. Oh, the butter yellow. I literally can't. I can't.
I've decided I'm going back home this weekend, so let's pack up my essentials. I fear Sol de Janeiro is the most Sephora kid thing. I do still. I absolutely love it. It smells delicious. I even have the leave-in conditioner.
So I just finished up a couple quizzes because at the end of the day, I am a college student. And I just did a voiceover for a TikTok I was supposed to post a month ago. We don't talk about it. I absolutely hate stopping at Buc-ee's, but I really need to pee. And they also have Dr. Pepper Zero. And it's one of the only gas stations that actually has it.
Hey, puppy.
as per usual, there's no food.